talking to me.
Pleasure.
Mark Lawrenson there talking about Jurgen Klopp's farewell. On VAR, which we were discussing before, Lloyd from Bromborough says VAR would be better if players stop cheating. When there is often minimal contact with a leg that is left at an angle, hoping for some contact, the player throws himself to the ground. It's blatant cheating. Keep your comments coming in on that. We're going to turn our attention to also on Sunday now, because Everton are at Arsenal. And it's a game you can hear on Total Sport. Coverage starts at 3:00. Of course, the Gunners are still in the hunt for the title, going into the weekend 2 points behind Manchester City, who host West Ham. Well, joining me now, live to talk about the chances, is Arsenal fan Amanda Schiavi. Hi, Amanda.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Right, now, Liverpool fans probably know quite well how you're feeling at the moment, being in this position on more than a few occasions with Manchester City. How are you feeling, though?
I'm up and down. The last couple of weeks, I was saying in the Same Old Arsenal podcast that I'm on, that I've totally accepted that we're going to win every game and City are going to win every game and we're going to lose the league. And then last 48 hours, I'm like, can West Ham do anything? Because obviously I've been feeling that every game City have played in the last 2 weeks. I think when I walked out of the Emirates, when we lost to Villa, I sort of accepted it then.
Yeah, that was a devastating defeat, wasn't it, really? There's normally one game you can pinpoint, isn't there?
Absolutely painful, but if we're going to pinpoint and we do lose the league, which it's looking likely, it's the 2 games between Christmas and New Year when we lost to West Ham at home and Fulham away. Those were the 2, unfortunately.
Yeah, something about London derbies. Actually, on that point, is it harder? Some people have said this before. Is it harder for London teams because you've got so many derbies, and they are different, aren't they?
I do think so. I mean, obviously, our main rival is Tottenham. Then we've got Chelsea, West Ham, Fulham. I mean, Crystal Palace, they're not easy to play against. And it is harder for us because if you look at Liverpool, you've got Liverpool and Everton. I mean, Liverpool class a derby as United, don't they? So in that respect, it is harder, yeah.
What about that game the other night, the Spurs Manchester City game? What did you make of it? And there was quite a circus surrounding it, really, wasn't there?
I couldn't possibly say on radio what I actually really want to say about the game. Look, I understand the rivalry. I totally get it. You know, Everton, Liverpool, the same way round. Of course, you do not want your rivals winning the league. But if it's to the detriment of getting into the Champions League, I think you seriously got to look at yourself. Because if you look at their manager, Ange, having a go at the fans, cheering City on because City will win the league over us, but to their detriment of not trying to get into the Champions League when they had a chance, is bizarre. It is quite bizarre to see that, and the fact that Tottenham didn't actually sing until City were 2-0 up. There's a lot of rivalry. Look, the other way round, would I want Tottenham to win the league? No, of course not. I'm not sitting here. I wouldn't even, say that. However, I'd have to look at myself and say, look, we've got a chance of getting in the Champions League. It's not all about Tottenham. We need to be back in the Champions League. We get a lot of money from it, and the players would want to come to us. However, their behaviour on Tuesday night was pretty bizarre.
What about Sunday then? Because let's look at the City game first of all. Look, they've got West Ham, who, let's be honest, have been on holiday for a few weeks. Having said that, it's David Moyes' last game. Can you see a scenario where something crazy happens at the Etihad on Sunday?
No. The thing is, Paul, look, I was at Anfield in 89. The difference with that is, because people are trying to compare it, is not comparable. It was in Liverpool's hands and it was in Arsenal's hands. This is not in our hands. This is in City's hands. Do I think West Ham are on the beach? Yep. Do I think Everton are possibly on the beach? Probably, because they're safe. So, as I said, and I predicted this 6 weeks ago on the podcast, City will win all their games and we'll win all our games. Sorry, as soon as I came out of Villa, I said that. So, look, football is a funny old game, and I hope next week you bring me back on and go, you were wrong. Please, God, that West Ham park their bus and we beat Everton.
Yeah, well, I mean, the only thing I would say about Everton is that form has improved from Everton, and there is now no pressure on Everton. So I suppose Everton you've got to be a little bit wary of them, haven't you?
Yes and no, because I think Arsenal will do what they need to do on Sunday. We're in great form as well. I think, and I get this right, that we've won 25 points out of 29 since January. That's incredible form. If we beat Everton, 89 points, and we're not winning the league, is incredible. What a season Arsenal have had. I promise you, Paul, I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud whether we come first or second. It's been magnificent. The football I've watched and the team spirit and the atmosphere, it is, and Mikel Arteta, absolutely adore him.
Does it bother you that a lot of other fans, I mean, I'll be honest with you, like Liverpool fans, plenty of them are saying it'd be wrong if Arteta had the same amount of Premier League titles as Jurgen Klopp. How can you compare the two? There doesn't seem a lot of warmth to Arteta amongst other fans.
There isn't with Liverpool fans because of the Everton connection. That I get. We're like that with Tottenham managers, so I totally get that.
Apart from George Graham, obviously.
Yeah, well, George Graham will always be a hero in my eyes. I actually blank out the fact that he went to Tottenham. But the thing is, with Arteta, none of us, and him as well, we're not bothered what anyone else says. It's very similar to Klopp at Anfield. You know, they're not bothered what anyone thinks of Klopp. And I have to say that Klopp was always my favourite rival manager. I loved his persona and I loved what he did with the fans and how he's behaved. A lot of Arsenal fans don't like Klopp. I actually have quite a bit of admiration for him. I think I love a manager that shows passion, and this is what Arteta does. Yeah. You know, he is like a fan, and I love him to pieces. And what he's only done at Arsenal is absolutely incredible to what he came into.
And do you think, and there are a lot of comparisons with Liverpool. Liverpool came so close in 2018-19 to winning the title. Admittedly, won the Champions League anyway, but then the next season came and won it. Do you think if this was a near miss for Arsenal, it would inspire Arteta and the players to go and do it next season?
We had a near miss last season. We were top for a very long time. Nothing to do with Bottle, is the fact that we had injuries, and unfortunately we had to play not great defenders against certain teams, and it just fell apart. City did what City did and won every game, and that was the end of it. I knew this season it would be good. I did not expect this. I did not expect the Arsenal to take Man City to the very last game. You could take it probably to the very last 10 minutes on Sunday evening. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm so impressed with what our management have done with our free kicks, our corners, everything. It's just immeasurable to what we've been used to. However, next season is when I think we'll win it. That's what I think. Right,
okay. If you don't come on next week, you'll have to come on this time next year.
Absolutely.
Is there anywhere that you think that the squad or the team could be improved? People have said, do you still need an out-and-out number 9, for example?
Well, listen, look what Havertz has done. If you spoke to me about Havertz last August, I would say I don't know his position, not sure where he fits in the team. I'm not one of these that throws my toys out when a player's signed because he doesn't do well for the previous club. I always give him a chance. But I could never imagine what had happened to Havertz since December onwards. It's just been incredible for us. What I would like to see is a little bit more cover maybe for Saka. We need a winger, I think, as well. Who knows if Partey stays or not. But obviously, look, we've got Declan Rice. We've got a fantastic defence. He does need to cover the squad a little bit more with maybe... We're going to see the comings and goings soon, aren't we? The transfer window open, it will be chaos. I think there'll be quite a lot of outs for Arsenal, if I'm honest. But yeah, there are positions that we can improve on because we need the cover. Saka's played nearly every game this season and gets chopped to pieces in every single game. I don't know how he's still on his feet, if I'm honest.
Well, it's Arsenal against Everton on Sunday. Be worried if Sean Dyche is in his trackie. That's all I'll say. For your interests, he needs to be wearing the suit. But I think he's in the trackie now. I think that's that done. Lovely speaking with you, Amanda. Thanks for coming on.
You're so welcome. Thanks for having me.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's 18 minutes to 7 on BBC Radio Merseyside. Total Sport for your Thursday night.